Tell us your name, sir. This date and time set for preliminary examination. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. If you may approach the woman.
Okay. Okay, so after sidebar discussion and the sensitive nature of this case, young age of the complaining witness that's due to testify, the court is going to close this hearing. But you will be able to view it on YouTube. In fact, if you want, I'll even let you in with Zoom. But, as far as being here with witnesses able to see people in the courtroom, you can close the courtroom out. The defendant, however, will still be able to face his accuser. But everyone else will be able to watch it on YouTube. Okay. You can access us on your cell phones. If you go to WCCR234 and look for Judge King's live stream, you'll be able to see what's going on live here first. WC, which stands for Wayne County, CR, which stands for Courtroom 234. Look for my live stream, it should come right up.
And that's on YouTube, right, Judge?
That's on YouTube, yes.
Where YouTube.
Mr. Jordan, did you want to make a request to that?
Your Honor, I did object, not vehemently, but I objected because I believe her age at this point, she should be able to testify with the presence of my client. But Judge, I wanted to, I did have a witness that was sequestered. Should I tell her that she cannot watch on
Yes.
YouTube? Okay, so I need to let my witness know.
Please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. And before I call the first witness, I made an error, which is common these days with me. But on the information sheet, the location is completely empty, and it should not be empty. There are two locations, and I see to take a look to amend to add the addresses of 19215 Carrie, CARRIE Street. Judge, I'm sorry. So sorry. Two addresses, I got the first one wrong. The first address is 19735 Burgess, Burgess Street. That's in Detroit. And 19136 Indiana Street, that's also in the city of Detroit. And I do want to put defense on notice that this case was charged, however, I may, follow the testimony, add additional charges. And I have only one witness today, Your Honor. That's Ms. Tionne, Tionne, Purnell, Pernell. People call Ms. Tionne Purnell.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, I closed the courtroom completely. So that's for the complaint expenses.
100% fair, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I do have a victim advocate from our
Victim
office.
advocate in the OIC consent.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a seat up here. Just relax.
Ms. Purnell, you want me to hold your sweater for you, or are you good with this? I'll take it. Thank you.
Answer the words. And we get you to raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. How old are you?
16.
Okay. You may begin when you're ready.
Thank you. Ms. Purnell, one more time, say your name real nice and loud for the record. Tionne Purnell. Ms. Purnell, are you familiar with someone named Leon Dickerson?
Yes,
How do you know that person?
probably
And how long have you known him for?
a whole lot.
Do you see Leon in the courtroom right now?
Yes,
Tell me something that he's wearing and where he's sitting.
green shirt.
Should I ask for in-court identification of Mr. Dickerson at this time?
So noted.
Now, Ms. Purnell, was there ever an occasion when you lived at the address of 19735 Burgess Street?
Yes.
And when did you first start living there?
So 2,
And in 2020, when you're living there, how old were you?
12,
And who all lived at that address with you at that time?
one girl, Leon, his 2 sisters and his sister. I mean, but
Okay, so when you say godmom, is that mom to Leon?
Yeah.
And what's her name?
Letitia,
And you said you had siblings as well living there?
Yeah.
Okay, how many?
2.
Now tell me about this house. What did it look like?
So we walked in, it was the living room, and then the kitchen was to the right. And then straight forward, it was all the bedrooms and the bathroom.
How many floors was the house?
2
Okay, so is it main floor and basement or main floor and upstairs?
main floor basement.
And how long did you live there for?
Like 2 months.
And when you first started living there, did Leon live there too?
Yes,
Okay, tell me where you slept at in the house.
and my grandma bed,
And where was that at in the house? Where was that bed at?
all the way in the back next to the bathroom.
Did she share that room with anybody or
No,
just
it
hers?
was just her.
And you'd sleep in that bed?
Yeah,
It was a big bed, medium bed, little bed.
big bed
And if you can remember, where did Leon sleep at?
in the basement.
And did he have his own room or was there just something, an open floor plan with a bed?
It was, he had his own room.
And was there a door to that room or not?
Yes,
Was there a door to your godmom's bedroom where you were sleeping at?
yes,
And did you always sleep in your godmom's bedroom?
Sometimes I sleep on the couch.
Okay. And what's in that living room besides the couch?
TV. That was really, oh, it's a table to the right next to the kitchen. It's a table.
So you said you started living there about 2020, and you were, is that yes?
Yes,
And you were under 13, you said you were 12?
yes.
I want to talk about anything that happened in that house when you were 12 years old, okay? Did something ever happen between you and Mr. Dickerson, Mr. Dickerson Jr., excuse me, that made you feel uncomfortable?
Yes.
Tell me about that time. Where were you at?
And my grandma, it
And what time of day was it?
was like late at night, like 8.
Okay, so past midnight?
Yeah.
Okay. And where was your godmom at?
Casino.
And who was all in the house that you know of at that time?
I don't know his real name, but they call him that's her boyfriend, and then Samir, his other sister.
How long did you stay in the bedroom that night?
I stayed in there all night. I had school the next morning.
And was the door open or shut when you were in there?
It was open,
And were you awake or sleeping?
asleep.
And is there any kind of light in the room?
The TV,
The TV, was that TV on or off?
so,
Was there sound to the TV too?
no, you know, like when the TV goes and it starts showing pictures, after you know, it was like that.
Sure, okay. On the Roku stick?
Yeah.
All right. So you're asleep. How do you know what time it is? Is there a clock in the room or anything like that?
No, I just know that she always goes to the casino at like AM.
Okay. So you're sleeping. Did something wake you up?
I felt a hand, like touching my food, and then I felt something trying to get into my mouth.
Okay, so let's talk about this. While you're sleeping, how do you sleep? On your back, your side, your stomach?
On my side.
On your side, okay. And the bed in relation to the door of that bedroom, where is it?
The bed is like here and the door is here. It's right in front.
It's right in front. So if you're laying in that bed, are your feet facing the door or is it? Okay. And you have a clear view to see that door as well?
Yes,
Okay. And you're laying on your side
yes,
and the TV is on, correct?
yes.
And you indicated, you gestured, where were you, did you feel a touch at? You're on for the record?
On my book right here.
You're on for the record, the witness is using her right hand to touch the top of her left breast. Did you feel skin on skin or was it over clothing?
Skin on skin, sister.
And how long did that touching on your breast or your boob last?
I don't know how long he was doing it, but I know when I woke up.
Okay. So did you wake up to him touching your breast?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember what you were wearing at that time?
A onesie.
What's a onesie? Tell me what that means.
It's like, it's one big, this one is a one piece, and it's a zipper down front.
Is it long sleeve, long pants?
Long sleeve,
Okay, but it's a one piece that zips in the front or back?
in front.
Awesome. So it zips in the front. And you're sleeping on your side, correct? Okay, so you feel this touch on your breast. What happens next?
Like I said, I was asleep, I took it, and I woke up a little bit. I was confused. I had the TV is right behind. It's the bed and the TV is up on the wall, it's not on the wall. And then he was standing right there.
When you say he, who are you talking about?
Leon,
Okay, how did you know it was Leon?
he's the only one.
Did you see his face as well?
No.
Okay, at any point in time, at this time that you're talking about, did you see his face?
Yes.
Okay, and whose face did you see?
Me.
And you're certain it was him? And what did you do next after you see him in the letter?
I was like trying to like fight down a little bit, because like I said, worship, this piece and so on.
Okay, let me back up for a second. So when you first see him, is he wearing any kind of clothing that you can tell?
Shorts.
Shorts, any kind of top? When we say shorts, are they like gym shorts?
Yeah, like basketball shorts.
Now, when you feel the touch on your breast, is he still wearing those shorts?
Yeah, but they're like go down a little bit.
And do those shorts move at all after that, after he's touching your breast?
No,
At some point in time, do you see any other part of his body?
no.
But you said something was forced into where?
Into my
Okay, and what did you feel? Did
penis.
you see it as well or just feel it?
I saw that it was dark in there, his body was kind of blocking the light, but I knew what I was looking at.
How close was he to you at that time?
As close as this microphone is.
And were you still laying down at this time?
Yes.
On your side or a different position?
And after a while, I was on my back.
Your Honor, she said about as close as the microphone, Ms. Moses might.
Oh, no problem. Judge, I'd say that's about 2.5, 3 inches from her mouth.
3 inches.
3 inches.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Short. So you see what part of him go into your mouth? What do you call that? And when it went into your mouth, or your lips, right? Did any part of his penis go past your lips? Did it actually go further into your mouth or no?
Yes.
Was he standing still or making any kind of movement? How did that feel? How were you feeling? Let me rephrase it. How were you feeling at that time?
Confused.
What?
Just woke up. Was there an understanding?
Now, the movement that he was making, how long did that last for?
Like 5 tops.
Was he saying anything to you that you can remember from the time you first noticed him in the room, to the time that you started doing this?
No,
Do you remember him saying anything to you while he was doing it?
No.
About after?
No.
And what made it stop?
we had her door. It doesn't remember. I said it's 3 bedrooms. They all know it's his sister mirror bedroom, and it's still mirror bedroom, and it's his mom's bedroom, and it's the bathroom. And we had her door. Or he heard her door.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
So, once again, while you're sleeping, was your bedroom door open or shut?
Open.
Open. And when this is happening to you, do you see the door in the bedroom?
Yeah,
Is it still open or is it closed?
halfway. Is it not enough to see in the room if you was to walk back?
But it appeared to be in a different position than when you went to sleep.
Yes.
And after that happened, was it still nighttime
Yes.
or early morning?
It was like the sun was coming up.
And what did you do after that happened?
He left out, he went to the bathroom, and then I went and I got in the living room, because I didn't want to see the girl.
What time did you say you got into the living room?
Like, I'm not sure. But I think it was like 5.
5 a.m.?
Yeah.
And when you get into that living room, who's in there with you?
Nobody.
And where did you go in that living room?
I went on the futon.
So is that futon, I think I'm familiar with futons, but is it laid flat like a bed or is it like a couch?
I laid it flat like a bed. I just wanted to.
Okay, and did you get in that futon or get on it?
Yeah.
Okay, how were you positioned on that?
It was just laying flat and one side of my back.
Did you go to sleep or did you stay awake?
Was,
Okay, did anything happen well after you went to sleep?
no, it nothing happened to me, but
What time did you wake up?
12.
12 p.m. When you wake up, do you see anybody in the room with you?
No.
Do you, now I want to ask you this, so the layout of the house, okay, you have the living room. Is the living room connected to any other rooms?
Yes.
Are those rooms open? Like, can I see from one room to the other, or are the doors separate?
So when I look up the way the futon is, it's like the door and then the hallway and the futon is pushed up against the window. When you're on the futon and you're laying down, you can like see Dan into his second sister Samira. Just in the middle, you can, if her door was open and she opened her door, she would see me on the futon. I would see her on her bed.
So you wake up at noon? Okay, is that a yes?
Yes.
And when you wake up, what if anything do you see?
I saw the TV, it was on, but I saw the TV.
You said it was off?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I turned and I thought it was like outside. I grabbed my computer and then I went to go make breakfast.
And did you make breakfast in the kitchen or somewhere else? Okay. Where is the kitchen in relation to that living room?
So this is like the futon, and then the kitchen is to the right.
So when you get into the kitchen, do you notice anything or anybody?
No,
Okay. And what do you do?
upstairs.
And while you're making your cereal, what happens to them?
No, upstairs.
He came where? I'm sorry?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. So he had been in the basement?
Yeah, he was in his room.
Okay. And did you hear him before you saw him? Or did you see him?
I heard him.
You heard. Okay. And when he came up, where did you see him go?
He was behind me. I didn't look at him. Like as soon as he came, he was behind me.
And were you eating your cereal at that time?
No, I was getting milk.
While you're getting that milk, where are you standing?
Right next to the counter.
What's that countertop look like? Please slow down. I'm sorry, please.
It's marble.
It's marble. Is it big or little?
It's like it's to like here to me is like decent tall.
Is it the? Yes, Judge, witness motion to just above her breast line, is that correct? Okay, then yes.
Yes.
Is there seating around this countertop?
No.
So you're at the countertop, what if happens next?
So he had pushed my back down. And they like bent over. And I was submersion.
Wait one second, when we say he, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
So are you facing the counter this time?
Yes.
Okay, and how are you positioned or moved?
He was bending me over, but I wasn't bent over fully. Like it was like a little bit. Okay. Because you can't fully bend over countertop that's to here to you, but I was bent.
So were your head and chest
Yes.
on top of the counter?
Yes.
And what were you wearing at that time?
The same one.
Okay, what happens next?
He unzipped it and he pulled it down, but not all the way, like he couldn't take it all the way off. Just made it pants in a way, but he pulled it down. And that's fine.
And did he do that on your phone?
Yes.
And do you recall wearing anything underneath that onesie?
I had a bra on, but I didn't have any underwear on.
So when it's pulled down to where you said it stopped, where was it again where it stopped?
Like mid-thigh.
And what happens next?
He forced himself into again, I was a virgin. I had let out a noise because it was painful and because of that.
I'm just having to let it down. I'm just gonna ask a couple more questions. So go into the next. Okay. So after you're bent down, you have your bra on, so right?
Yes,
You said he forced himself. What does that mean?
like it wasn't working. Like it would go in.
Okay, but when you say it, what's it?
Just be
And where was he trying to put his penis at?
inside my vagina.
And did any part of his penis actually go inside of your vagina?
Yes,
And was he making any kind of movements or no?
yes.
What kind of movements was he making?
Back and forth.
How long at that time?
Good years. I mean, I just went to go get in the shower.
How long did it last?
5, 10 minutes.
Did you hear or see anybody else in the room at that time?
No.
What made it stop?
He finished yet. Okay.
How do you know he finished or came?
Didn't know what back I felt it.
And after that happened, what did you?
I had school or something, and I got in the shower.
I'm sorry.
I had school, so I went and got in the shower. I was on virtual at the time, so I went and got in the shower and went inside.
So after he finished, did you put your onesie back on or no? Or zip it back up?
I pulled it up and zipped up, but not all the way, because again, I went to go get in the shower, so it was coming right back off.
Did he say anything to you before this happened?
No.
Did he say anything to you while it was happening?
No.
How about after? Did he say? Then no.
No,
Okay. Did you see where he went to after he finished?
he made the bullshit.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
He made a bullshit.
Get it, what? Speak into the microphone.
He made a bowl of cereal, and he went into the basement.
Oh.
So after you're done showering, you go to school, or is it homeschool?
It's virtual, it was Corona at that time.
And the 2 times we just talked about, you were about 12 years old, correct?
Correct.
You were 12 years old. Do you know if Leon was over the age of 17 at that time?
Yes.
Now, at that same address on Burgess Street that we talked about, did anything else ever happen at that address between Leon and you that made you feel uncomfortable?
Yes,
Okay, let's talk about another time that happened. Where did that happen at?
in the basement.
Now, you said before Leon's bedroom was in that basement, is that correct? Is anything else in that basement besides the bedroom?
So the basement is like pretty big, it's like the size of the whole house, but in the basement, is the washers, the dryers, the washer and dryer, and then you had like this big table where like they would play games and stuff in the middle. And then in the corner, it was his room with a door and like a window into the bedroom.
So his bedroom had a door that he could open or shut to enclose that area out from the other parts of that basement? So, sorry.
Yes,
So tell us about that time in the basement. What time of day was it?
I'm not really sure, I know it was daytime, like 3, 4,
Okay. And who was in the house at that time?
everybody lived there.
Okay, so we said godmom,
Siblings, yes,
godmom, siblings?
yes.
And where are godmom and siblings at in the house?
She was outside barbecuing, and then they were upstairs. I'm not really sure what they were doing because I was in the basement, but they were upstairs.
So godmom's outside?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And siblings are somewhere, his siblings, Leon's siblings are somewhere else in the house? Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm
I
sorry.
just can't have the, because staff court reporters gonna have a hard time with me alone, gotta make sure to make it easy. So, do you go into the basement at that time?
Yes.
Okay, what made you go into that basement?
My godmom had like chores for me and things like that, and I had to wash my clothes. So I went in the basement.
So when you go into that basement, how close are the washer and dryer to the bedroom?
It's not that close, like it's not like right next to it, to be honest. The dryers are on one side, on one corner, and then his room is on the other.
So what happens when you're in that basement? Washing your clothes?
I was just washing my clothes and then he came out of his room. I didn't see him, I just heard him again. And he told me, be quiet.
So, do you know Leon's voice?
Yeah,
Is it distinct from everybody else's voice in that basement?
yes.
So when you said you heard him, did you hear what he said first, or did you hear him exit that bedroom?
I heard him walk,
And then after you hear him walking, he says what?
be quiet.
And at that point, you know for sure who it is?
Yes.
And who was it? Okay, how does he approach you? From the front, side, back? At any point in time, do you see him?
No.
What happens next?
I'm putting my clothes back where he came out, told me to be quiet. And then he, like I said, he spit me over, but not we're at a trip, like a dryer, so the dryer's like here. So all the times I was bent over, but my chest was touching the surface of whatever I was bent on.
And what are you wearing at that time, if you remember?
Like crop toppers and shorts, like some biker shorts.
And do you feel anything touch your body?
I felt him feeling my body.
What does that mean? What was he using? What?
His hands.
His hands, and where did they touch you on your body?
And like, it was just following my waist.
Okay. From your waist, did it go farther down?
Yeah,
How far down did it go?
to my butt and back.
Was he using one hand or two?
Both.
And Your Honor, for the record, the witness at one point did use both of her hands and moved from her waistline down to her thighs, is that correct?
Mhm.
And
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So no,
what happens after that, after he's touched you, or as he's touched you?
like I said, my mom was outside. He did force his other to know there was no information, so it was hard for him to, he was like, you know.
So let me ask you some questions.
Okay.
So you indicated previously that you were sort of bent over that dryer, is that
Mhm.
correct? So yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And is it the same sort of bending over as in the countertop that we previously talked about, or something different?
I mean, I was kind of fed up at that point, so I would say I was resisting it a little bit.
But initially, was your body positioned to be bent over something?
Yes,
And were your feet still on the ground or no?
barely.
And did some of your clothing move or did it stay put?
My shorts came down,
How far did they come down?
mid-thigh.
Do you remember if you were wearing any kind of panties or undies?
Yes,
And did those move at all or did they stay? And did any other part of Leon's body touch your body?
Mhm.
You indicated you forced something. What does that mean?
he first, his penis into me. This one, yeah.
So when you say into you, I know it's uncomfortable, what part of your body does that mean? Did you actually feel his penis go inside of your vagina?
Yes,
How long did that last?
sorry.
Want to take a quick second, take a deep breaths, are you okay?
Okay.
Are you okay?
Okay,
All right.
like,
What made it stop?
we heard the side door, and the washers and the dryer is like parallel to each other. So if somebody was to come in and they looked down, they would see me, and if somebody was to come in and I looked up, I would see them. So we had heard these two, it's like the storm door and it's the screen door. I heard the screen door, and then he went to finish doing my work.
You indicated before that he said something that you remember, is that correct?
Yeah.
What did you hear him say?
He told me to stay still, and I was bent over.
Did he say anything else?
No.
So before, during, and after, he said nothing else? And you continued doing the one? Besides,
Yes.
sorry, Bridget. Besides the two incidents with R2, the three incidents we just talked about in the home. We talked about, is that a yes?
Yeah. So sorry.
No, you're good. I'm doing the same thing, so no worries. So we talked about three different incidents, okay? Right. Besides those three at that Burgess address, did anything else ever happen at that location?
No.
At some point in time, did you tell anybody about what happened at Burgess Street?
Yes, but not, no one who lived there, not anyone who had any authority.
So you decided not to tell anybody close to you at that time? Is that
Yeah.
right? No family? Okay, why didn't you want to tell anybody?
It was like one big family together. At that time, Samir and me, it was like my sisters, you know, like he like was best friends with my brother. You know, like break everything up. It was just like I was confused. You know,
At the time, you said it's your godmom's son. Do you call him a godbrother?
Yeah.
Did you consider him to be a close member of your family too? Is that yes? Do you have a good relationship with him?
Yes.
Now, I want to fast forward. At some point, do you move from Burgess Street to a location on Indiana Street?
Yes.
Was that a 19136 Indiana Street?
Yes.
Is that in Detroit as well?
Yes.
Do you remember when you moved to that location?
It was fall, no, fall of 2021. I was going to my freshman year.
When you were going into your freshman year, how old were you?
13.
And your birthday's in October?
So yes,
Yes.
So when you are at that Indiana Street address, who's all living there?
My mom, my baby brother, my oldest brother, and second
And where did you sleep in the house?
upstairs.
Now, is this the same kind of layout of the house as the previous address, or does it look
No.
different?
It's 3 stories. There's a basement, and we for
And I'm sorry, where was your bedroom at?
upstairs.
Did you have to share a bedroom or did you have your own?
I have my own bed.
Now tell me what's in your bedroom.
So at that time, I had a twin bed. It was in a corner, and it was a nightstand right next to it, and I had my dresser with my TV on it, and then the door.
And did you always sleep in that bedroom when you were there?
No.
Where would you sleep besides it?
Sometimes I would sleep in a brother that he was close with, my oldest brother. I would sleep in his room on the couch, or on the couch in the living room, or it was my house, so I was sleeping everywhere.
And one more time, what was your older brother's name?
Javon.
Say the same last name as you?
Yes.
Now, at no point in time did Leon actually live there at that address with you, right?
No.
Was there ever an occasion where he came to visit or stay?
Mhm.
Said yes.
Yes.
When did that happen?
So it was a point in time where he was talking to I had left him living over there. And it was a female that he had an issue with who would be at our house, and his mom had called my mom and was like, hey, we're gonna come over because this situation just happened. And she know that that's my mom's best friend, so of course she gonna let her come over to figure out the situation.
So when you say mom's best friend, who are we talking about? That's
His
mom's-
mother.
Is that your godmom?
Yes.
So at some point in time, does Leon come to your home on Indiana Street?
Yes.
Okay, does he stay for a little while, a long while? or-
He stayed for a little while, then he left and came back and stayed the night.
When he first got there, was it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
When he left, was it daytime or nighttime?
It was like the sun was going out.
And when he came back to the house, was it daytime or nighttime? Did you see when he left and came back?
Yes.
Where did he go when he came back?
Not sure.
Where did you first see him at in your house on this particular time?
Outside, like my room was in the front of the house, so I could see the front of the house. I saw who pulled up.
Was he by himself when he pulled up?
Yes.
Okay. Did he come into the house?
Mhm.
Said yes.
Yes.
And where did he go when he went inside the house? If you know.
Off of my assumption, because I was upstairs.
That's okay, I don't want you to do so. So at any point in time, do you see him face to face?
Yes.
And when is that?
My mom had like called me downstairs.
So you see him on the main floor?
Yeah.
In what room?
In the living room.
Who's all in the living room when you first see him?
Well, the living room dining room is put together, so.
Okay. So the one big room?
Yeah.
Who's down there?
My brother, my mom, and my mom's brother.
And did anything happen at that address that made you feel uncomfortable with Leon?
Yes.
Tell us about that time. Where were you at in the house?
I was in second brother's room. He had just moved out with his girlfriend. And I would be in his room kind of often because he left his bed and his room was bigger. So I was just in there. And then I was on the phone with the person who said, did you tell anybody? The person that I did tell, I was on the phone with
And what's that person?
Archie.
And who is he to you?
He was my boyfriend then, but now he's just my friend.
And how were you talking to him? By the phone or something else?
I was on my laptop. I said I called Discord.
So you could see him, he could see you?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And when you're in your brother's room, is that bedroom door open or shut?
It was like halfway.
And is it daytime or nighttime?
This nighttime.
And at some point, do you see Leon or no?
Yes.
Where do you see him at?
In the doorway. This one, the door's open.
And what, if anything, do you see?
And he was talking to me and saying, come on. Just show me.
So he was saying, come on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, did you know what that meant?
Yeah.
What did you think that meant?
That meant that he wanted session.
And you indicated with your hand some kind of movement. What was that movement again? And you're on for the record, witnesses using her left hand, palm open, fingers spread, and doing a forward and back. So did you actually go out with him?
No.
Did you stay in that room?
Yes.
Did anything happen at that time? Besides him doing that motion?
besides that, he argued with the person that I was on the phone with. He left.
Lock the door. After that time, so you locked the door? Is that a yes?
Yes,
Do you see Leon again that day?
I'm not sure.
Do you see him again on another day?
Yes,
Okay, would that be the following day or a different day?
a different day.
So you said he spent the night, is that right? Is that yes?
Yes.
What was the question? Did you see him that day or a different day? And I said, because you said he spent the night. Now, was this after, like the day after, like daytime at this point in time when you see him again? Has
Yes,
he already slept?
yeah.
Where do you see him next?
In my brother's room.
So you're still in your brother's room at this time?
He was in my brother's room. I had went downstairs to my brother's room.
So I think I'm getting brothers' rooms confused. How many brothers are there?
I have two brothers. There's a brother room upstairs and then there's a brother room downstairs.
Okay, so the room that you like to hang out in,
That's upstairs.
that's upstairs. Okay, that brother had moved out already.
Yes,
Okay, now, when you saw Leon again, what brother's room was he in?
he was in my older Tehran, in the downstairs, the downstairs.
Okay, now, the basement, is it an open layout like we talked about at the other address, or does it look different?
It's an open layout.
And, but there's a bedroom down there?
No, not on the main floor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so we're not talking basement, we're talking basement.
Main floor, yes.
Okay, so the bedroom you were hanging out with, the other brother's room is
Up
upstairs.
upstairs.
Okay, perfect. So the room that you see Leon in is the second brother's room, and it's on the main.
Yes,
Who's in that room with him, if anybody?
my brother.
And does anything happen?
Not at that time. They were smoking. The day went on, the day.
Tell us about nighttime. Where are you at nighttime?
I don't know, I had came down to the kitchen to get something to eat. Just-
So you're in the kitchen at this time?
Yes.
And what, if anything, happens in the kitchen?
So there's two doors to my kitchen. This door, but this door is super loud to open.
So just for the record, are you saying there's a door that's sort of right across from one another?
Yeah,
So if I'm standing at one door, I can see that other door?
no, it's like a corner around it. Like you gotta peek a little bit, but peek deeper too.
So you go into that kitchen,
Yes,
the door is open or shut?
I closed it behind me
Why did you close it?
because I knew he was there.
How did you know he was still there?
When they have music playing, they be laughing a lot, and I didn't. Again, my room is right at the front. I see people come to me.
So you could see and hear Leon? Is that a yes?
Yes.
So you're in the kitchen, is that right?
Yes.
What happens?
By the sink, and then came in. So he said, you. Tried to remember, but I was resisting. I would have been over all this one.
Okay, let me ask you this. You said stand still,
Yes,
and where is he in relation to your body?
behind, me.
Okay, you're at the sink.
yes,
Okay, does he do anything to your body while you're at the sink?
pushing my upper back.
Okay, and how are you positioned as pushing your upper back?
Like this, I'm pushing back with my hand.
But are you facing the sink, like your
Yeah.
chest would be near the sink?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you wearing?
Probably like the same thing, crop tops and such.
Did that clothing move at all?
Yes,
How did-
yes,
How
I
did it
remember
move?
that.
Okay, go ahead. What did you wear?
I had like a white crop top on and these shorts. It was like decently short. It was my house, like what, sleep.
So
and-
he's behind you, is that right?
Yes,
Where is he touching you besides, or just your back area?
like my butt, he was using one hand, he had one hand on my back, one hand on my butt.
Was the hand touching your butt over clothing or under clothing?
Underclothing.
Were you wearing panties or undies at that time? I'll ask her. So you were wearing shorts, you said, right? Okay, and you indicated you did or did not have undies?
I didn't,
Did not. And did your shorts move at all?
like he moved the up, yes,
When you say up, did that move?
like it exposed, but,
Did it expose any other part of your body?
no,
And what, I'm sorry,
no, just my butt.
So he touches your butt with his bare hand, that what you touch?
Yeah,
How long did that last?
not long, like not even a minute, like very short.
Did he do anything else?
I had went to the other door, like not the door that he came into, but the other door is stuff blocking it. And I went to it and made a whole bunch of noise. And my brother did it, and then my brother was like confused on why he was both in the kitchen there while I was going out the other door.
So I want to focus on just that kitchen. Besides him touching your butt with his bare hand, did he touch you anywhere else on your body?
No,
Did anything else happen at that time?
No.
Did anything else happen on another time at that same house?
yes,
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the next time. What happened? Where were you at?
I was in a bathroom,
And
he was in the bathroom.
when you say he, who are you talking
Yeah,
about? And where's this bathroom at?
upstairs,
I want to make sure I'm not. So when you say upstairs, are you talking to me?
upstairs.
Okay, so where the bedrooms are? How many bathrooms are the bedrooms are? Yes, where the bedrooms are.
Yes,
How many bedrooms are up
there's only one bathroom.
there? And you, how did you see him or know that he was in the bathroom?
I didn't. I went to use the bathroom and I opened the door. We have a lock on our bathroom, but it's broken. So sometimes you go through the door even if you did lock it. And I opened the door and he was in there.
And where was he at for that?
Like right in front of the mirror.
And what, besides the toilet and the sink, in the bathroom, so is there anything else in that bathroom?
The stool and there's a closet.
What's that stool?
It's like a stairs.
It's just here. And is that for little kids to climb up on it?
Yeah.
And what happens in that? Do you walk into that bathroom?
I got pulled into the
How did you get moved in? By that door that you just opened, does it stay open or does it shut?
I said,
By who?
Yeah.
Once you're in that bathroom, door shut behind you, what if anything happens?
They're telling me this one was talking. Sit down, he was like pushing my shoulders down. I was shorter than him. He was trying to push my shoulders down at first onto the bathtub, like the edge of the bathtub, sit there. But then he pushed me down to like the stool because I was too tall. But yeah,
Did you end up sitting on that stool or something else?
I mean, we was fighting, like I was going back.
Did you stay standing?
No.
Like, how did you get positioned then?
I ended up sitting like one of my feet was like up, but he was still pushing, like, I don't know how to describe it.
That's okay, I'll just ask you this, at some point in time, is your butt sitting on something? Okay,
Yes,
what's it sitting on?
the stool,
And is that stool, how tall would you say that stool is on the ground?
like
So at some point, you're on the stool, where's Leon while you're sitting on that stool?
in front of me.
And what is he wearing? And does something happen while you're sitting down? Is he standing?
Yes,
Something happens while he's in there standing?
he tried to force his penis into my mouth.
Do you actually see his penis?
Yes,
How do you see it exposed?
he pulled it out above his joggers.
So is it above the waistband?
Yes,
Okay, and you actually see his penis?
yes,
What does he do with his penis?
he grabbed it and directed it towards my mouth, but he's trying to force it, and I'm like, I was talking,
When you say he tried to force it, what does that mean?
like moving back and forth, trying to hit oral.
And are you still seated at this time?
Yes, but I'm trying to get up.
Does any part of his penis actually go inside your mouth?
Yes,
Okay, and when I say inside your mouth, I mean past your lips. Does it go past your lips?
yes,
Okay. How long does that last?
not long, we was fighting, like I said, and then my brother had went to the store. He had just came back, we heard him, he be singing, we go to the store, we heard outside rapping, and he left out, and I said, him back.
When you say not long, we talking seconds, minutes, or long?
Like 2 minutes,
Minutes.
2 minutes.
And is he saying anything to you at this time?
No, besides when we use like, I would bite him, he would say like bitch or like it hurt.
How many times did you try to bite him? Or were you trying to get him to stop? Yeah. And did he leave the bathroom first or did you?
I left her. No, he left the bathroom and I stayed in the bathroom. I took a shower.
Was there a reason why you took a shower right away?
Just always do it on chicken. Anytime that he touches me or anytime, now, anytime anyone touches me, I just feel like I just want to go shower.
So we talked about 2 incidents now, 3. The first one where there's actual penetration is what you just described in the back, right? So yes.
Yes.
Was there any other type of conduct that happened in that home with Leon and you, your same day or another day?
I'm trying to remember, sorry, 3 years ago. This is the time I was in my bedroom again. I was asleep in my bedroom. He came in and I was all the way towards the wall. It's like a king size bed. It's a decently sized bed. So we kind of have to like get on the bed and move to get to me.
Let me ask you this, which brother's room are we talking about?
Oh, my second brother, the one that's upstairs.
Upstairs.
Bed.
Okay, so you're in that room on the bed.
Yes,
Okay, is the door open or shut when you get in there?
shut.
Okay, is there a lock on the door or no?
Yes,
Is the door unlocked or locked?
unlocked.
So at some point, is that door open?
Yes.
And who opens it?
I'm
Okay, and where are you at in the bedroom? Are you laying down, sitting up, standing up?
laying down
How are you laying down?
on my side.
And what happens?
He came in and I put the covers off of me. And then he was like trying to pull me closer to like it's the wall and then it's the bed and it's the edge of it without the wall right there. He was trying to pull me towards that side. And then
Let me ask you this. So you said he got on the bed or did I miss that?
no, he got on it. He got on it.
Was his whole body on the bed?
Yes.
And how were you positioned while he's on the bed?
I was towards as close as the wall as possible, like I was touching the wall. And he was like pulling me towards him.
Did you stay positioned on your side?
No, I got it. Like I was like, well, I had a dress on, but I was kind of looking off
And where is he at in relation to your body?
in front of me.
Okay, then what happens?
He pulled me by my ankle, he pulled me down, and then I don't know if y'all change it maybe like that, but you know, you like gotta hold both the baby arms and the legs to stop it from moving and change it every. That's like how he held me
So where are your arms at?
above my head,
What's holding them above your head?
his head.
And you said something about your legs in an upward position?
Yeah.
Okay, you said kind of like when you change a baby.
Yeah, like he was holding my ankle.
Was he holding your legs up or down or something else?
To the side.
Okay. And what were you wearing at that time?
Like a sports bra and some boxers.
Some boxers. And what time of day was
This is nighttime.
it? So were you getting ready for bed?
I was asleep.
You were asleep. Okay, so what woke you up?
Him coming in and taking the cover off.
So do your clothes stay where they're at or do they get moved?
They give me
How do they move?
my sports bra gets off and my boxers get took.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
My sports bra gets took off and my bra. I mean, my sports bra and my underwear.
So you said you had some sort of boxers on?
Yeah.
Did you have undies underneath the boxers? or just the
No,
boxers?
just the boxers.
How did the bra and boxers get moved?
He took the shirt off, my sports bra off, and then my boxers he laid them down.
Were you fully exposed at that point?
Yes.
Okay, and who removed the clothing again?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you feeling at that time?
Carrying over it. It had been a lot of time at that point. I don't really remember anyone, but I know that I was better.
So what happens after the 5, 6 months?
He forced his penis into my vagina.
Do you remember when you first heard him and saw him? Do you remember what he was wearing? No. But at some point, do you see any part of his body?
Yes,
What part of his body do you see?
his chest,
Do you see anything else or no?
his penis.
Was he wearing any kind of bottom shorts, pants?
He had boxers on.
So how are you able to see his penis?
He just pulled over. He never took his clothes off fully. He just,
So is that when you say over, you mean over the waistband?
yes,
And what, if anything, does he do with his penis?
he put it inside of my vagina.
Now, I'm gonna ask you the same question as well.
Okay.
Did his penis go inside your vagina or outside?
Inside.
Was he moving at all or not?
Yes.
Kind of moving?
Okay.
Was he staying?
So I stopped moving.
I'm sorry.
Stop moving. That's it.
Did he do anything else?
No.
How long did that last?
Like out.
How did it stop?
Yeah, finished.
You know, he finished. Did what?
He came.
Did you see anything?
No, he had a condom on.
Did you see him put a condom in?
Yes.
Have you ever seen him put a condom on?
No.
So this was the first time?
Yes.
Now, after this happens, do you stay in the room?
No, I went downstairs.
Does he stay in the room?
No, he went downstairs.
Do you go anywhere once you're downstairs?
I went outside.
Is this daytime or nighttime?
Nighttime.
Okay, why do you go outside?
Breathe.
To your knowledge, was anybody else in the home at the time while this is happening?
Besides, I would just live to
Did you tell anybody about what was going on?
not to like a few days later, my cousin came over and then she said that she felt like something was going on. And then I told her,
Your Honor, I object to the hearsay.
And Judge, I would say it's effect on the listener. She's saying what happened to make her feel and do what she did next. That's what I'm getting from Judge. She's not asking for the truth of the matter of what cousin said. I'm just asking what happened next. She said she spoke with cousin, which made her then subsequently disclose.
I'll take it for that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So you speak with cousin. And what, is that yes?
yeah,
What's her name?
Deja.
Deja. So at some point you're talking with Deja
Yes.
and you feel comfortable enough to talk to her about what happened?
Yeah,
Okay. And how old is Deja?
27.
So you said you waited a couple days, is that right?
Yes.
Why did you wait?
I mean, the first time that it happened, and he took my virginity, I had went to the bathroom and get hurted. And I had called her and I was like, it's like it burned and trying to explain. She was like, did you lose your virginity? So she knew that I had lost it. She just didn't know it. So I felt like if I was gonna tell anybody, her, it's not good assumption.
Besides those times we talked about on Indiana Street, did anything else like that ever happen? Again,
Not that I killed a call with it.
so you described 2 times where his penis went into your vagina, correct? Did it happen again after that or just those 2 times?
He definitely did it more than twice. I just can't remember the whole.
So you talk about 2 times with his penis into your vagina and then 1 time penis in
Yeah.
the mouth, is
Yeah.
that correct? And you recall other times happening, but not sure about details, is that right, Sid?
Yes.
And once you're living at Indiana Street, he's still over the age of 17, right?
Yes.
Cross examine.
Good afternoon. You testified that Mr. Dickerson is your godbrother, correct?
Correct.
Other than these instances where he forced himself on you, you had a good relationship with Mr. Dickerson?
Yes.
When I say good relationship, did you and he actually ever go out and hang out, whether it's the 2 of you or with other people?
With other people, yes.
And at one point in time, you lived with Mr. Dickerson's mother,
Yes,
his two sisters,
yes,
and was there anyone else?
his sister's boyfriend,
Oh, his sister's boyfriend?
Daryl,
Okay, and Daryl, is he a grown man?
yes.
So when you say Mr. Dickerson's sister, do you know how old his sister is?
She was 20-something.
So she's grown and her boyfriend's grown.
So yes,
Yes,
Now, at some point in time, you said that you slept in the bed with your godmother, correct?
correct,
Now, Mr. Dickerson lived in that house and he had two sisters, right?
correct.
One sister you said was in her 20s. How old was the other sister, do you know?
Like 19, they're not that far apart.
You felt more comfortable sleeping with your godmother rather than either one of his sisters?
I didn't really have a choice on where I slept. It's one of his sisters had a boyfriend, and I wasn't just in the bed with a woman and her grown boyfriend.
Of course.
And then his other sister, me and her was never close like that. The one that I was really close with is the one who had a boyfriend,
Okay. What is the name of his sister who you were not close with?
Samira,
What is the name of the sister that you were close with?
Amira.
Would you say you were close with your godmother?
Yes,
Now, at some point in time, your godmother, her name was Letitia, correct?
mhm.
She went to the casino and when you,
Oh, Tisha,
okay, when you talked about or testified about Letitia going to the casino, who was left at the home with you?
everybody who lived there besides, Samira, I don't believe she was there.
So Letitia's boyfriend and the other sister of Mr. Dickerson. And his brother was there?
His brother,
Oh, I'm sorry, not his brother. Was your brother there?
no,
So you're sleeping in the bedroom, and I'm going back to the time that Letitia went to the casino. You were sleeping in the bedroom,
yes,
and that's when he came in and he touched your left breast, correct?
yes. I mean, he was doing both, but I woke up, yeah.
Okay. Now, this incident that you testified to, was this the very first time that he had touched you?
Yes,
This was when you were wearing the onesie that zipped in front, correct?
correct.
By the way, which one of the two sisters were you close with? Was it Samira or Amira?
Amira,
Was she in the house at that time?
yes,
Amira's the one that had the boyfriend?
yes.
Any reason why you did not tell his sister that you were close with about what happened that very first time?
I mean, I looked at it from her point of view. I know if a younger girl came up to me and said, my brother did something like that, I would believe my brother, even though I have love for you as my brother. Just like now, they was like sisters to me, but I know they're gonna be here to support him because that's my brother.
I understand. So you didn't feel like you would be believed.
No,
Certainly, there must have been someone in your life that you felt you could confide in that would believe you, correct?
yes,
Did you confide in whoever that person was?
yes.
And who was that person?
The guy, Archie.
Who is
Archie, my
Yeah.
friend.
Okay. Is Archie your boyfriend or just a friend?
At that time, he was my boyfriend.
So when this first incident happened with Mr. Dickerson, you had a boyfriend named Archie.
Yes. Not when the very first time it happened, but when I moved back to my house, I had a boyfriend.
Okay, but I was going back to the very first time that it happened, because the very first time that Mr. Dickerson touched you was when Tisha went to the casino, correct?
Right.
So that particular time, why didn't you tell anybody? You have already testified you didn't think people would believe, you, correct? But you also said that there were some people that you did believe.
say yes.
Yes, I just, at the time, I wasn't, the reason that I was even over there is I wasn't cool with my mother. And then I didn't really have friends like that. It was virtual. So I was by myself for the most part, and I still hadn't really comprehended that for myself.
Now, that first time he put his penis in your, oh no, I'm sorry, you said that he was touching your breast.
Yes,
Did he also put his penis in your mouth?
yes,
did he ejaculate in your mouth?
No,
Did he ejaculate at all?
no,
How long was it after that first time before something else happened? Was it the same day?
it was the next morning, like the following morning,
Okay, and that was when you were in the kitchen?
yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to backtrack just a second,
Mhm.
because you were telling me about the incident when Tisha went to the casino.
Mhm.
I think you testified that you did not want to
Yes.
sleep with him anymore. Did you say that?
I didn't want to sleep in the room
Oh,
anymore.
in the room.
In Tisha's room, in my godmother's room, I didn't want to sleep in her anymore,
So after that, where did you start sleeping?
in the living room.
So you never slept in her, Tisha's room again after that?
No, not unless she was there.
So the second time that you recalled him touching you, you said it was in the kitchen, correct?
Yes,
You went to get some cereal, correct?
yes,
And Mr. Dickerson came in after you?
yes.
That's when he unzipped the onesie past your private parts?
No, skipped a bit there. That's when he bent me over, and tried to force me over, and started touching me, like feeling me.
Who was in the house when he did that?
Amira, I'm not sure if Amira was there, but I know Amira and, third was there. Daryl.
Oh, okay, Amira and Daryl were there.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes,
Let's go to the third time that you testified he touched you, because you testified, I think, 3 times that he touched you
Mhm.
at the address on, was it
Yes.
Burgess?
yes,
Okay. Sorry. Finish the question, then the answer, if she's gonna answer the question, answer, please.
Yes, of course.
Let's go to the third time that just touched you. That's what I have, because you testified, I think 3 times that he touched you. That's what I have. For you, counsel.
So the third time that you testified, where did that occur?
in the basement,
And that was the house on Burgess?
yes,
Everyone was home at that time, correct?
yes.
As a matter of fact, your godmother was outside barbecuing?
My godmother,
I'm sorry, godmother was outside barbecuing?
yes,
Do you know where the other people were in the house?
no,
How is it that you remember your godmother was outside?
it's music, she has a big speaker, she's outside. And where they barbecue at, is like a window right there, and then right under that is where the dryers are, so I can see her feet if I looked up.
Now, this time when your godmother was out barbecuing, that's when you went into the basement?
Yes,
You went there to do chores, correct?
yes,
Now, when you say you went there to do chores, you must have been living with Mr. Dickerson's family, pretty much living with them, correct?
yes,
You were washing your clothes, and that's when he came in and he told you to be quiet, correct?
So yes,
yes,
And is that because were you making a lot of noise?
no, I believe it's because she knew I would make noise.
Is that because in the past you had made noises?
Yes,
And what kind of noises did you make? Like, stop, that kind of noise?
no, because he would put his hand over my mouth, so it would be like muffled screams, I said,
And when you did that, no one ever heard you when you made those sounds?
no,
I'm gonna object to speculation, we don't know what other people heard.
sustain.
When you would make these noises, did anybody ever come to your rescue?
no,
You don't know if anybody even heard you, correct?
no, besides a different time, when we was at my house, but we're not there.
Now, you said that, and I'm going back to the third incident at the Burgess house. He was touching you with both hands from your waistline, is that correct?
Yeah.
From your waistline downward?
Yes,
Can you show the court what that looks like?
yeah. He was just here.
So from about a little bit above your waist,
Yeah, and then down,
all the way down to where?
like 5, and then you come back up.
Was he like rubbing that area?
Yeah.
Now, when he was doing that, were you telling him to stop?
No, being completely honest, sometimes I did not tell him to stop, sometimes I did just comply and do it because, again, I didn't really know what to do and I was still trying to figure it out in myself, like, I didn't know what to do.
Understood. Now let's go to the incidents that occurred at the house that you moved to. Where was that house?
In Detroit, 19136 Indiana Street,
One more time.
19136 Indiana Street.
Oh, I might have jumped a bit too soon. You testified that it was easier for him to enter you because you were no longer a virgin. When did he first enter you?
When I had first like started living there, I lived there for like 2 months, maybe 3.
After you moved from Burgess?
And no, after I moved from with my mom, was with my mom on the house in Indiana, and then I went to Burgess. When I first got to Burgess, he took my virginity.
And who did you tell that he took your virginity to?
I didn't tell that he took it. I told I lost my virginity to my cousin Deja.
Did she ask who you lost it to?
No, but she was concerned.
Now, when he took your virginity, was he wearing a condom?
No,
Did he ejaculate inside of you?
no,
Where did he ejaculate?
on my back.
When he took your virginity, was he penetrating you from the back
Yes.
and you both were standing up?
I mean, each time that I was kind of bent over, he's again the kind of a certain type of height, so I was kind of,
Oh.
but I still had some ground I would suppose, yeah.
When he took your virginity, did it cause you to bleed?
Yes,
Did it cause you to bleed a lot?
yes,
No one saw the blood?
my mom did, but they thought I had my period at this time.
So you moved to a different location. Who are you living with at Indiana Street?
My mother,
Just you and your mom?
no, my mother and my brother. When I first moved back, both of my brothers was there, but he had ended up moving out with his girlfriend,
What are the name of your brothers?
Oleron and Tehran.
Overon?
Oleron,
Can you spell that?
Oliaran.
O-L-I.
Aran.
What is your other brother's name?
Tehran,
Spell it, please.
Taron.
Which one of those two brothers is friends with Mr. Dickerson?
I mean, they both are, but he was close with Tehran.
The first incident that happened after you moved to Indiana Street occurred, where did it occur in that house?
First time ever.
That you testified to today about Indiana Street?
And my second brother's room in the Oleron's room.
And I'm sorry, who was there at the house?
Most of the time, just me and Tehran.
No, but the first incident, that you-
Oh, yeah, Tehran, yeah, and him,
just you, Teron, and Mr. Dickerson?
yeah.
And about what time was the incident you testified to? About the first incident in Indiana?
I'm not sure, I just noticed my time.
And then the second incident you testified to at Indiana Street, where did that occur? What part of the house, I mean? In
The kitchen,
By the sink, correct?
correct,
That's when he told you to stand still?
yes.
And when he told you to stand still, did you say anything back to him?
I don't believe so.
Did-
I know that after he covered my mouth. That's it.
That was when you had a t-shirt on, correct?
Yeah,
And
a crop top, like a crop tee.
he had one hand on your thigh and another one on your bare buttocks?
Mhm.
Say yes?
Yes.
Now, you testified about a time that on Indiana Street where it occurred in the bathroom, correct?
Correct.
That was when you went to use the bathroom and you opened the door not knowing he was there?
Yes.
Mr. Dixon was in front of a mirror, correct?
Correct.
And he pulled you into the bathroom?
Correct.
Did he say anything before he pulled you into the bathroom?
No.
When he pulled you into the bathroom, did you resist and try not to go in?
Wait, I take that back. I said my bad when I opened the door and I saw that he was in there. I said my bad. He said you good.
And then that's when he pulled you in?
Yes.
Did you say anything other than my bad?
When he pulled me in, no, I didn't see him. I didn't feel like there was any point in making any noise because I know the house was empty. It was just me and him when the bathroom situation happened.
Do you know where the other people were in the house?
My brother went to the store.
And what about your other brother?
He moved out. He
Oh.
lived with his girlfriend.
And what about your mom?
She was at work.
And the time that you're in the bathroom, that's when he made you perform fellatio, right? He made you put your mouth on his penis?
Mm-hmm.
Say yes?
Yes.
Now, you testified that you were, and I'm going back to this incident we're talking about where you're in the bathroom. Were you biting him at that time?
Yes.
You're biting his penis?
I mean, my face was being held, but like, you can't go far back without feeling some type of teeth. So anytime I would feel them, I would bite down.
You were trying to hurt him?
Mm-hmm.
Say yes?
Yes,
Did it appear that you were hurting him?
sometimes,
And how do you know that?
because he would like make a sound. Like, he called me a bitch if it hurt.
And then there was another time you testified to about Indiana Street where he opened the door to the bedroom, correct?
Correct.
You were lying down on your side, and that's when he was pulling you on the bed.
Yes,
Did he get on the bed also?
yes.
Where were the other people in the house this incident?
My mom was at work and my brother was downstairs in his room
Your mom was where?
at work.
And the last incident you testified to about Indiana Street, that was when he forced his penis in your vagina?
Yes,
That was when he pulled his penis over his waistband?
yes,
And this is the time is this the time when you told Deja about what happened?
yes,
But you'd already lost your virginity, correct?
yes. This is when I told Deja who it was and that I got raped and all of that. This is around him. This is 2 years after he had first initially took my virginity.
So you told your cousin Deja about Mr. Dickerson? You just told her about you lost your virginity.
When it first happened, and he first took my virginity, I just told her that I lost my virginity. She didn't ask me who, and I didn't tell her who. And then this last time, when you just talked about at the house after that happened, I told her who it was and what happened and all of that.
And that was 2 years after the first incident of losing your virginity.
Yes,
But this last incident, when you talked to your cousin Deja and told her that it was Mr. Dickerson, isn't that when you said that it hurt?
no,
I thought
that it hurted the first time. I was in pain the first time after we had sex. It hurted because I was a virgin and I was bleeding. So I told Deja, and I was like, I'm bleeding and it hurt. She was like, did you lose your virginity? Because I had told her that I peed and it burned. So she was like, did you lose your virginity? I was like, yeah.
So what was it that made you talk about sex with Deja the second time you talked to her about sex?
That's just my go-to person when it's something that I feel like is too out there for my brother and too out there for my mom. So,
And did you just come straight out and tell Deja that it was Mr. Dickerson?
no, we was sitting at the table and I was like going through stuff mentally and I was trying to figure out like why, like what's wrong with you? Like you got a house, you got a good mom, like everything good, so like, what's wrong with you? Why are you always so sad? Like, what's going on? So then I explained it to her, because it was making me seem like a bad person, and I was just trying to be, y'all don't understand. They didn't know. So I told them.
One moment. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, thank you, I know for the, you don't have any to direct you.
I believe so.
Yeah, you may step.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure what those other details are. May I have them stay here until I close the argument?
Yes.
No further witnesses, Judge.
Any witnesses on behalf of the defendant?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Any witnesses on behalf of the defendant? People?
Your Honor, before I make my argument, people seek to add 2 additional counts to the 5 at present. The first count would be criminal sexual conduct in the second degree. This would be the touching of the buttocks area, person under 13, defendant over 17. She indicated that the first instance when she was 12 years old, she was in that bed, she woke up to Leon touching her bare breast with his hand, followed by his penis into her mouth. Our CSC second degree is sexual contact, not penetration, but sexual contact under 750.520C2B. And that's a person under 13, defendant over 17. Once she went to that Indiana address, she testified that a bare hand went on her buttocks, her bare buttocks. I would argue that that's a CSC fourth degree, person 13 to 15. She indicated that she was 13 years old at that time. The tax code is 750.520E1A-1, or excuse me, -A. Besides those 2 additional counts, the people have moved to mine over as charged. She testified very detailed about 5 separate penetrations that happened. She indicated at that Burgess Street address that it began with fellatio, followed by vaginal penetration by defendant's penis. This was when she was bent over the counter in the kitchen. The fellatio happened while she was in the bedroom of her godmom where she had been sleeping. She also testified that the breast touching also happened at that same location while she was sleeping in the bedrooms. When we get to Indiana, she again talks about several instances. One, of course, defendant is over the age of 17 with both of these instances per Ms. Purnell. While at the Indiana address, she has turned 13 by that time. She indicated and testified to an incident in the bathroom regarding fellatio, as well as a penis vaginal penetration while she was in the basement doing her laundry, Judge. I think more than enough for probable cause, Judge, as to by the first.
Mr. Jordan?
Your Honor, I think, as Madam Prosecutor stated, I think that they have established probable cause for all of the charges, but with respect to the charge that she seeks to add, the one that's not reflected in the information, I would just argue that that was one, it sounded like that was just one continuing course of sexual activity. I don't think it was separate in the sense that it was 2 separate incidents. So that would be my objection to that. But other than that, Your Honor, I think that there has been enough to buy my client.
These are 2 separate instances, Judge. It's not one transaction. We have a touching and we have a penetration. It's not on a continuum. We have touching that happens first, and we have removal of her clothing followed by penis into vaginal penetration.
I think his argument was that the 2 counts of sexual conduct, second, that you seek to add, I think He's saying that they were one continuous.
No, sir, because it's at two different addresses, two different ages.
Yeah, that was my understanding. I think you're mistaken. One was the touching of the breast that took place at one location. The other one was sort of filled up, waist going down. That was on another occasion.
And I think, is that the CSC 4?
Yes.
And the CSC 4, do you even need to, isn't that a misdemeanor?
No, it's a high court.
High court misdemeanor, okay. So I understand the court's analysis, Your Honor, I'll let you make the ruling.
Court, after hearing the testimony of the young Ms. Pernell, is satisfied the people have met their burden of probable cause as it relates to all the charges contained in the complaint form, as well as the added charge of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree and criminal sexual conduct in the fourth degree. Court finding those charges were committed in the city of Detroit, court finding probable cause to believe this committed. Will bind the defendant over to Lane County Third Circuit Court Criminal Division for further proceedings. His arraignment on the information date and time will be August 2nd, 2024 at 9:00 a.m.
Your Honor, can I have a DSU referral? Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
But Judge, let me say this. My client said, do I not get a bond? I just want to go ahead and put this on the record. I think in light of the testimony you heard, it would be fruitless for me to argue his bond. But I just want him to hear it from Your Honor so that he knows that I am doing my job.
All right, so I'll tell him since he wants to know. I think the witness that testified was a very credible witness. And I think the likelihood of conviction in this case, just based on this witness's testimony, is very high. Although the purpose of bond is not for punishment. I recognize you have been found guilty of anything, but there is probable cause for you to be found over on these charges. I, sir, feel that you are a danger to the community, particularly children. That's why your bond is going to be.
Or actually, he's a remand. He doesn't have a bond, so I will explain to him that I can address that at circuit court after we get a DSU referral.
All right, so the attorney has asked this court to refer this to pretrial services for bond recommendation. Somebody's going to come interview you, do a workup on your background, and make a recommendation to the next judge as to what your bond should.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Do I have time to?